you want me to do the
5.
countdown? No, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? 5, 4, 3.
Okay, you did the finger guns thing and I couldn't do it. No. All right.
I told you we would laugh if we did it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Try it. Do it one more time.
I'll do it without the finger guns. Just do one and then stop. Do you want me to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I just hit my headphones. Getting real into this. Yeah.
Just whack.
All right. 5. I forgot how to do 5. 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Games podcast. We are on episode 20. I am your host, Cody Teacher, along with my friend. I am just fucking this up. All right. See, I think I do the countdown for myself because it prepares me to talk.
Why don't you do the countdown issue then? That's fine.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the... Oh, my God. What am I saying? I can't talk today. I can't talk. Too much human interaction today.
I understand that.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Geek Games podcast. I am your host, Cody Teacher, along with my friend, Sam Subak. Sam, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you, Cody?
I'm doing pretty good. You know why I'm doing pretty good?
Because you're podcasting with me, and it's your favorite thing.
That, but also, we're 20 episodes in.
Woohoo! Yeah!
We're 1/5 of the way there to 100. After 100, we're done, right? Like,
yeah, we're just gonna stop.
We hit our goal.
No, yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for being here with us for 20 episodes. We appreciate it. So a little bit of housekeeping. We got our new series starting this Friday. We actually recorded it.
Yay!
It's recorded, the first episode. So we're playing Resident Evil 5, and I think you guys are in for a real treat. This is a pretty fun game. I'm having fun with it. There's badass dudes and ladies doing backflips and somersaults, and you can see me almost die a couple times. A lot of teamwork. I don't know. I'm liking it. I like our Two Guardians series because like doing the role play thing is kind of fun. Like you don't get to do it very often. So, but I also like our like kind of series where we're just relaxing, having fun, playing together. You know. So this is a lot of fun. So yeah, you guys can check that out on our YouTube channel if you want to get there. It's geekcardgames.com/YouTube. But Sam, we're all here for something else today. We're here to talk about video games.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
technically we were talking about a video game. It was a video game that we recorded. So I mean, we're still on track.
Yeah, we're doing good. Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell me all about Oxenfree.
Okay, let me tell you about Oxenfree. Okay, I've heard like really good things about this game like forever. That it's kind of like scary.
Yeah.
I bought it at some point on my PS4 because you know I do that where I just buy stuff sometimes when it's on sale and I'm like I know I'm gonna play it at some point. But then it was also on Xbox Game Pass, and Game Pass is doing this thing right now where there's little quests where if you do certain challenges you get entered in a drawing to win like a gold Xbox One X or something. I don't know. I just like, you know, being in a drawing for something, and I like having little challenges to do. Yeah, and so one of them was just you have to play any game on Game Pass for an hour, 3 days in a row. And it doesn't have to be the same game, you know, just whatever. They just want you to be playing on Game Pass. So I was like, well, Oxenfree's on Game Pass, and I've been meaning to do it, so I might as well just go ahead and play it here. So that's why this came about, why I started to play it. And it's one of those where you just kind of like walk around and interact with people, and you have branching dialogue choices. You can pick if you want to try to be friendly, if you want to be a bit of a bitch, if you want to be jokey about it. I tried to be pretty nice. There's this one girl that's like a bitch to you, but I tried to be nice to her. But anyway, so you're this group of kids that go off to this island to like have like, you know, like teenagers do with their bonfire and their drinking and their whatever, possibly some light drug use. And there's this cave. um, you go into this cave, and there've been these rumors about like ghosty things that are happening, and you've got a little transistor radio, and like you tune into a signal, and you like tune into something, and like you don't know what it is. Like, is this ghosts? Is this aliens? Is this like who knows what this is? But weird shit starts happening pretty much from the get-go after you tune this stuff in. So there's weird, like, kind of like thrown through time. There's lost time because, like, pretty much right away everybody kind of scatters and like wakes up and they're like, how did I get here? What just happened? And you have to try to regroup, and you're basically trying to find a way to get off the island, but also like get everybody to safety. Although you've got options where you could maybe not try to get everybody to safety. Specifically, Clarissa, who's the bitch to me. Like, you've got multiple times where you could just be like, you know what, let's just leave her. One time I was like, let's just leave her, guys. And everyone was like, no, that's not very nice. And I was like, well, okay, I guess we'll not leave her. But it's fun. It's not like what I would say is scary, but obviously, you know, I like real scary stuff. There was one moment where I got a nice jump scare, but it was just because like this because when you're tuning stuff in on your radio, there's like static and like stuff jumping, and so like that suddenly happened, and that kind of scared me for a second, but it was, you know, not like a true scare. There was also a point where I was in this dark room, and there was this mirror, and this like person showed up, and it had Melissa's player name on it, because I guess she had played Oxenfree on Xbox, and so like I guess if you've had friends who've played it, like they will show up at different points in the game. So that was pretty cool. And then like when I beat the game, the credits were rolling, and it was like, oh, this ghost person was Melissa, and like this ghost person was someone else, one of my other friends. And so I was like, that's pretty cool. I like it when games do stuff like that, because it kind of freaks you out awesome at first. Because I actually didn't know what Melissa's gamer tag was, because I thought it would be like whatever her normal stuff is, but it was different. And so I was like, what is this? How does it know kind of Melissa's name? But anyway, it's interesting. It's not too long. And then when you get to the end, like, it's weird. I'm not spoiling it.
Okay, okay. Like, I was like, I kind of want to play this. I haven't gotten around to it. So
it's one of those where you're like, wait, what's really happening here? And then, like, once you complete the game, you have the option to play again. And, like, your second playthrough will be different. So I started it just to kind of see what it was like, but I didn't want to do a whole nother playthrough, because here's the thing that I don't care for in this kind of thing. There's a lot of just like walking around, and like you have to go up here, and then you have to go back here, but then back up here, and then around, and you have a map, but you know me and navigation, Cody. I'm so bad at it. So like I would constantly be looking at the map. I'm like, well, how do I get down here? And it's like a pretty simple layout, so it shouldn't have been that bad. But I just kind of, I like games that are very actiony and you shoot things and it's just like doing stuff all the time. And then I like games that are really just like a visual novel where you like don't do hardly anything at all and you just make decisions. And like when it's an in-betweener kind of thing where it's like this is mostly about the story, but you do have to do the mechanics where you go around and do stuff. I kind of get a little bored when I'm going around doing stuff. It's like, let me just get to the meat of what's going on. So but it's pretty neat what it does, and I mean I would recommend it. So definitely does some fun stuff.
So with the ending, you were being ambiguous about how like it ends. Do you think it sets up for an Oxenfree 2, or you think if you do a second playthrough, does it answer more questions?
Here's the thing. From what I've been reading or hearing, like there are different endings that you can get. So if you did stuff differently, like you could get a different ending. So I don't know what that would be. I mean, it would be possible that there could be a second one where like there's more stuff going on in this island, even if it's, you know, it could be some of the same characters, it could be different characters but in the same location. So, you know, I could see that happening. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah. That's cool.
Right. Well, speaking of games with upcoming sequels, we've both been playing some Black Ops 3 because it's free on PS Plus. Uh, so a little bit of backstory. I've fallen out of love with Call of Duty games. So I remember playing the World War II beta last year and despising it. So I was like, oh, it's a free Call of Duty game. Whatever. I'll play it, see what happens.
Had you not played Black Ops 3 before?
I think I've played Black Ops 3 a couple times because I think I was given it to me on my birthday like a couple years ago when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I played it and just like I think I didn't have fun with it, so I ended up trading it in really
Okay.
quickly. Uh, so I love the Black Ops series because I played 1 and 2, and those are my favorite Call of Duty games. When I was in the Call of Duty, um, I just don't enjoy the jetpacking wall riding mechanic in this game because Titanfall 2's is so much better in my
That's
opinion.
true. That is exactly true.
Exactly. Um, One thing I feel like Black Ops 3 has for it over the other jetpack Call of Duties is the specialists.
Hmm.
Those are my favorite things about this game. Um, I unlocked a character who had a bow, and I got a really sick triple kill where I was just like dinging people across the map, and I was like, "This is awesome." Didn't happen ever again. Uh, so I kind of have like two modes I really play in Call of Duty. One is domination, where there's 3 capture points, and you have to really
Mm.
like hold two to win. And then one is search and destroy, where it's 1 life per round. You have to plant a bomb or kill everybody, and it gets a lot of experience. And I like that kind of game mode. It reminds me of like Counter-Strike. Um, I think Treyarch, the makers of the Black Ops games, uh, is probably one of my favorite publishers.
Cody, are you there? Cody?
Hey, sorry about that, guys. Sam lost power there for a quick second, so we're back. You audio listeners will not be hearing this, but you video people, we got your back. Um,
They'll probably still hear it because it'll be a weird break, so I'll just leave it in there. It'll be
Probably.
fine.
Um, so I was talking about how Treyarch is one of my favorite publishers because they put a lot of care into their games. So in like older Call of Duties, there's always been this issue with hit detection where you can shoot at a guy and it will, like your bullets will not register even though your sights are directly on them. Meanwhile, they'll be like behind a wall and they aim at you and hit you. Like just some very weird stuff. And I feel like in this game I wasn't getting that a lot, which is good. Um, I felt like for someone who didn't have all the specialists and all the guns, I felt like they start you off with a lot of good weapons. And overall, I had a lot of fun with the game. I felt like I was always working towards something by getting my specialist streak. So like even though like I couldn't get a kill streak going, my specialist streak was still charging. So I eventually got to use the bow. I eventually got to use the gravity spikes I had for another guy. But Sam, what did you end up thinking about Black Ops 3?
So I'd never played Black Ops 3 before, and I just went directly into multiplayer because I figured let's just get a quick peek at what this is. And so I picked my specialist he was something, he had like a lightning ability that he could shoot out lightning and then it could chain to other people. I was like, this sounds cool. And then his other ability was a glitch where he could like kind of
Oh,
go
okay.
back to a previous position. So I was like, this seems cool, okay. So I got in and started playing, and it was fucking horrible, Cody. Just starting off the multiplayer in a Call of Duty is always horrible because like everyone's so good, and you're just like trying to get used to what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so I was just getting slaughtered, and like I wouldn't even see where the enemies were, and I'd be getting dead. And like I try to stay with my buddies on my team. I was doing team deathmatch, and just it just was not working out, and it was pretty horrible. And then like it would show on the screen that like my special ability was ready, but it was always like my glitch was available, and I never knew how to use my lightning ability. So I was pretty bummed out about that because it seemed cool and I wanted to try it. So I was like, oh, whatever.
It
But
was telling you that the glitch ability wasn't available.
no, it
Okay,
was
so you
saying
only get to pick
glitch
one.
was.
Okay, so you only get to pick one. So like you would have to have selected the lightning ability.
That's some bullshit. It's not clear on their UI what you're supposed to be doing. I thought you had both abilities. Fuck that. Okay. So that makes makes some sense. So if I play again, I'll know that. But then like after I finished it, I think I went to do something and I came back and I was in another game. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just play this one too. And then things went better in that one because I was like starting to get used to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do like the wall running and like the double jump jetpack stuff. Because I mean, that's my that's what I love about Titanfall 2, so I mean, I like that. So I was having fun with that, and then, like, I started, like, I got some kills, and it was pretty satisfying when I got some. That's what she said. Because when you do, like, any kill at all, it seems like you get these little badges that pop up for different things.
Yeah.
And they pop up so fast, and there's so much going on that you can't really see what they are. But I like getting things, and so it made me feel good when they would pop up. Like if I was like ruining somebody else's kill streak or something. So that was kind of fun. So I mean, again, it is one of those things where I'm like, I could just be playing Titanfall 2, but I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was fun. Probably if you spend some more time with it and get used to the play, like, it would be better. But seriously, there are guys that can go invisible, I think, and those are a pain in the butt, because,
that's an ability that I felt like was very kind of overpowered at times. There was a game I played where like we were winning by like 10 points, and I was like, we're gonna win. The match is almost over. And then I believe one of the specialists has a way to, like, when they get a kill streak, they can summon a multiple of it. So there's a really powerful kill streak where there's these little rolling death balls, and they will roll up on you and explode. And it's very strong, and it's like a 15 kill streak to get it. So I was like, okay, this person like took their time and got this.
Yeah.
And then so the first one came in, I'm like, all right, it's done. Like, we'll just get back to killing and win. No, they summoned another one right after. So more rolling death balls were killing me, and I was like, all right, two in a row, it's fine. Like we can still come back. Like it's still like 20 kills. No, there was a third because I think another teammate got a kill. So yeah, that I was like, this is a stomping. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I wasn't finding myself like raging that badly. I did rage like once or twice because we were in a party chat, and I was like, fuck.
Oh my god.
Like,
can I interrupt for just 1 second? I'm sorry, party chat reminded me of this. While I was playing this, like, I didn't have my headset in, but I could hear the other people who were saying stuff. And like every time I would show up at the beginning of a party, like people be like, oh, Gizmoto, whatever, talking about my name. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like one of the games, someone was like, oh, Giz, and they're like, no, that's Jizz. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're like Gizmodo. I'm like, no, that is a hard G. It is always Gizmodo. Fuck you, little whatever boys who are turning it into Jizz. That is so inappropriate, and I do not approve. I was pissed.
How many times did some little 10-year-old kid say they fucked your mom? Because I got that one twice, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, is this still a thing?
No, nobody did that. And these were not boyish voices. They were like adult male voices saying Gizmodo. And I was like, I was about to just back out of the party, but then for some reason they left. I was like, okay, good. So, yeah. Not happy about it.
I think that's still free for a couple more weeks, or is it ending at it's at the end of July? I want to say it's going away.
I don't recall.
Part of their partnership. I don't recall either.
If you're concerned, you better go check right now and get it, because it may already be too late. You don't know. Yeah.
All right. So Sam, tell me about State of Decay 2, because we were supposed to play this together and never got around to it. And then you were like, screw Cody, I'm going to play it by myself.
Whoa, stop the boat. Do you know what I said? I said, hey, Cody, let's try to do the State of Decay 2 sometime. And you're like, I don't have any interest in playing that anymore. So that is what happened, and that is why I played by myself. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, continue. How was State of Decay 2?
But yeah, so obviously I wasn't like super excited about it either, because it's been out for quite a while now, and neither of us had a big interest in it. But again, it was that Xbox Game Pass challenge for the drawing, so I was like, I'll play an hour of State of Decay 2 because I need to like play an hour. So I opened it up, and it starts out, you get to pick a pair of characters for your starting characters, and it gives you like 4 different options, and there's like 2 brothers, Oh no, there's a brother and a sister, and then I don't know, two other sets that I don't care about, and then there was a lesbian couple, and I was like, oh my god, there's gays in this game. So I got really excited, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna start off with these two, and like you get a little bit of their backstory because like I guess they've been like on again, off again for like 10 years. So they've always like been in each other's lives. And so you start out in like kind of the training area where you're learning how to do your different things, you know. And as you're going, they're like chattering back and forth with each other. And apparently they were not together at the time the zombie apocalypse happened. And like one of them was kind of pissed at the other because like she never really came looking for her. And the other
Oh
one's like,
god.
well, we weren't together. Why would I come looking for you? So it's some fun little drama like that. I was like, this is really cool, getting like some backstory like this. But then you get to the point where you like meet up with some, like a doctor and some other lady, and you go like build your base, and then you start like getting into the real meat of the game. Your girlfriend gets bit by one of the bad zombies, so she's infected, and you have to get her a cure before she turns or dies. I don't know how these zombies work. But like after that initial part, it doesn't seem like there's very much like story stuff. Like I liked the fun back and forth between them, and that just isn't there anymore. um, so that was kind of disappointing. The gameplay is actually pretty fun. You don't. I think there are eventually guns in the game, but I don't have any yet. I just pretty much have like a lead pipe or a machete, and I just like whack some zombies. But it's pretty fun. Like it's not too hard. I don't remember if there's a difficulty setting or not. If there was, I put it on easy, but if not, it's good the way it is because it's not like too difficult. If you get yourself in a fix where there's like a ton of zombies coming after you, that could be a problem. But yeah, you just go and you search for different things like you got to get building supplies to first build the infirmary, and then you have to go get biological samples to build the cure, and then you're constantly having to get food and medicine to keep people happy. Which that stuff's okay. It's like fun. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But like everybody has said, the problem is it's just like so fucking tedious to go and gather stuff and bring it back because there's so little that you can carry at once. And then you can get the cars and put more stuff in the car and then drive that. But like that's kind of a pain in the butt too. Because like my house was up here on this hill, and then like there was this little spot down here below on the hill where there was like a ton of stuff, like 5 rucksacks or something that I could get. But like if I had taken the car, it would take me like 5 minutes to drive like all the way around on the roads and get over there and get it. And so I was just like, oh, so I was just like running up and down this hill, carting stuff back up to the base. And that's where I was like, oh no, this is just, it's just, there should be a better way. Like if you
can't like go off-roading?
No, you should not do that. No? I was driving the car once and I accidentally just smashed into a guardrail and the car got stuck, and it was like, oh, you need a toolkit to fix this car. And like I was about to quit the game at that point. I was like, fuck you. But I was like, well, I knew that I had a toolkit that I'd stashed at my home base. So I was like, well, I'll just go get the toolkit and fix it. And then I played for a little while longer. But it's just like, if they could just make it not so tedious to carry this shit, I think it would be a much funner game. Because I mean, the basis of it seems pretty fun. Just like, you know, taking care of your base, building onto it, keeping everybody fed and stuff. It was fun. I was having a good time until I just got sick of just all the back and forth fetching to the exact same location just to like, because I couldn't carry it at all. So, and I don't see that changing for this game at all.
It's
so
just more of that.
So I don't know where that leaves it.
I was initially very excited for this game because I was like, oh, we have Game Pass. We played Sea of Thieves. I liked it a little bit. So I was like, oh, State of Decay 2, we'll try it. And then like every like Kotaku, IGN, Kind of Funny, What's Good Games, like they're all just like, it's fun if you enjoyed State of Decay 1. If you've never played that, you're probably not in for much. And I was like, oh. Then I watched some gameplay, and like it seems like it'd be fun if you could get a group of people together and like play together, but if it's just you and another person, it's still very tedious. Like there's just a lot to like you have to like do and work on. And I don't know. I wasn't I didn't want that in the game at the time when we were like let's play some State of Decay 2. So
Yeah.
um,
It's a
and it
bummer.
sounds like I didn't really miss much because
Didn't
you
miss
sound like you were
much.
not having fun.
No. It
Uh,
was fun up to a point, and then I just got bored doing the same thing. And it has good mechanics for leveling up your stuff. Like if you're
mhm.
running around, like eventually you'll just see a thing pop up that's like, "Oh, your cardio has increased." Or if you're fighting zombies, it's like, "Oh, your fighting has increased." So it's just like yeah, it's nice to level up and it works pretty well on that. So, but just like, man, I don't want to haul all that shit all the time.
Reasonable. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes things are too tedious in video games. All right. So now we're gonna move on to the meat and potatoes of this episode. Uh, I'm really sorry if you do not care about Pokemon or Pokemon Go because this is going to continue next week too. So we're talking about Pokemon Go again. There's a big weekend this past weekend, and Sam has played the game now. So Sam, let's hear your thoughts on Pokemon Go and what you did this past weekend.
Okay. So I got my account set up. Like we were on chat while I was doing it, and I was like trying to catch these Pokemon. I'm not good with the balls. Not surprising, maybe.
Not surprising.
um,
Um,
but yeah, like, and so I've been playing for like 4 or 5 days now, and I think just today, this afternoon, I was figuring out that like actually if you like touch down and like hold the ball for a second before you flick it, like the circle on your target like shrinks down to get better, and I'm like, oh, I think maybe
mhm.
that's the way you're supposed to be doing it, because like I had a
It
lot
helps.
better luck when I was throwing him that way than I have the whole time I've been playing this game. So you know, obviously I'm learning slowly but surely. Let's just go through some quick hits here. These Pokemon are fucking adorable. They are
They
just
are.
like so cute. You know, I've seen some of them, but I'm just like, these are great. And one of the things I like is just seeing new ones. And I
Mhm.
would get really excited once I got enough candy to evolve someone. Because I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to evolve him and I'm going to see a new Pokemon and it's going to be awesome. And then imagine my disappointment, Cody, when I evolved a Pokemon and it was one that I'd already captured somewhere else. Like, I didn't know that I would be
Oh,
capturing ones that were already evolved. So that was kind of disappointing whenever that would happen. I have done some where I've evolved them and they were new, and that is exciting, and I like it. Um, I've done a few gym battles now. Let me tell you, Cody, I've been kicking some ass. The
nice.
first one was kind of just luck. It was not a well populated gym. They weren't high on life, and you know I was able to get through it and claim that gym, so that was exciting. Um, Yesterday I was, because I told you there's this park. Okay, there's this park. It's a big park. It's like the walking trail is like 3 miles. And
Ooh.
like that's where I like to go to walk just on the weekend, like when I would walk in the morning before it would get hot. Before it would get hot, which now that doesn't exist because it's just hot
Yeah.
all the time. Found out the hard way. But yeah, there's this one strip of the park, probably like a mile strip, where it has like 10 different Pokestops or gyms on it. And
No
so
way.
you walk down and you hit all those, and then when you get to the end, like enough time has passed, I guess, so when I start coming back, I can hit them again. So that was pretty nice. I did that one evening just to get a bunch of stuff because, like, I kind of, yeah,
Do you have a spare bedroom? And can I come stay for a week and we just go walk the trail every day?
sure. Because here's the thing,
Yeah.
I need a Pokemon buddy because it's not as fun by yourself, I feel like.
Yeah.
And like if you go take a gym, then you can leave one Pokemon there, but like what's my one Pokemon gonna do if somebody else comes along? You know, you kind of need to have a posse to go
Yeah.
gym battling with you. And I don't have one, so that kind of sucks. Um, but no, yeah, so I've kind of been wanting to go to the park more in the evenings, but like I just feel weird about it because Like, that used to be what I would do with Gizmo when he was
Oh,
alive. And so,
yeah.
like, you know, it's just kind of weird. And, like, I don't want to go back to, like, my neighborhood park. But I'm like, well, maybe if I was doing Pokemon, like, it would be like, yeah, I have to come now to do this. So I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, I was off work yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna go to the park before it gets hot. So I went. It was fucking hot as I don't even know. I don't understand what was happening because my phone said it was like 79 degrees, which should not be that hot, but the sun was just right on me. I was sweating like a motherfucker, Cody. It was horrible. And I went to this gym and I was like, you know what? There were a lot of Pokemon there and they were high level, but I was like, whatever. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna wear him down. After all my guys die, I'm gonna revive him, give him candy, send him back in, and I'm gonna take this motherfucking gym. Okay. I don't know why I wanted to do it so bad, but I really did. So I'm in the shade, but I'm so fucking hot, Cody, and I'm doing my battle, and then in the middle of battle, like my phone shuts off, like goes dark, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I eventually get it back on, but I figured out what happened, I'm pretty sure. So my phone, it doesn't have a button, it has like this sensor, because it's like a fingerprint sensor.
Yeah.
And if you just touch it, it'll put it back to sleep. And I feel like what happened
Uh,
was I was sweating so bad that sweat dripped down onto my phone and turned it off in the middle of my battle. I was just like, oh my god. So I was not feeling good about that, but I mean I eventually took that fucking gym, left my Pokemon,
good job.
didn't last, but yeah, so I've taken a couple. I got real frustrated yesterday, I think. Meg sent me a gift, and it was like, you can't open this gift because your inventory is too full. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is how they fucking get you, and this is why I'm gonna stop playing this game, because I don't care.
Aw.
So I don't know what's gonna happen, Cody. Um, I mean, it's something to do. Um, it does hurt my hands when I do it too much, and it takes me a lot longer to get through the park when I'm going to all these Pokestops and like hunting Pokemon, and it's really hot for that, so I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I might keep
I
going, I
guess.
might just stop. So we shall see.
I mean, if you
If
do, it's alright.
if this event next week is cool, I might do it. So here's the whole reason why I started. Cause like last week we were talking about that Squirtle and sunglasses, and I was like, yeah, I want to get a Squirtle and sunglasses, and I did. So mission successful. I also got one of the Pikachus with sunglasses and sun hat, which I wasn't excited about, but once I saw it, I was like pretty into it. And I have 3 of them now, and I guess I'm just gonna keep them because like they're cute. Maybe eventually I'll evolve one. And then I got one of the little Pichus that had
Yeah.
sunglasses too, and I had never seen a Pichu, and that is just adorable as all get out. So, I mean, I don't know. I like them. Hopefully, these will be able to go over to my Let's Go game once that happens, so it'll be like worth something.
Most of them should be able to. The Pichu, maybe not, because Pichu was not in the 151, and they've kind of said it's limited to just the 151, the original.
Do I get any of them that have sunglasses that get to go to Let's Go?
I think so. I think the Squirtle and the Pikachu with the sunglasses should be able to go.
They better go. I'm gonna be
I
pissed.
wouldn't see why they wouldn't let you do it.
Question, is Pikachu the first one in the Pokedex?
No, Bulbasaur is.
Oh, I have a Bulbasaur. I have 2 Bulbasaurs, and let me tell you, I agree. They're fucking cute.
So has this excited you for Pokemon Let's Go? Or are you now more interested in the game that you've seen some of the Pokemon and you're kind of used to the catching mechanic, even though the catching mechanic is going to change to flicking your wrist with
I'm gonna
the
be fucking
Joy-Con?
pissed about that. There better be a way to turn off those motion controls, because I'm not gonna flick my wrist constantly. Like when I had to do Wii games and use my stuff, that's when my wrist started hurting a lot, and I'm not gonna do
No.
it, Cody. They're gonna
So I
surely
think
they're gonna have another way.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they've said that like, they realize not everyone can do that. So, but are you excited?
I wasn't super excited because I'm like, this is what it is. I guess it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll do it because I'm going to do it. But then you had me watch the trailer for Let's Go, the new trailer that came out. And I very much enjoyed that because it looks like a lot of fun. I got to see you From what we can tell, we're just gonna go ahead and suppose it's true. You get to pick the gender of your buddy that's with you, your Pokemon that's with you, and you get to give them a hairstyle, and they get to ride on your shoulder, and then sometimes you get to ride other Pokemon, and it just looks fantastic. I like being able to see my character just like running around through the map with the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I like the idea of co-op that better be online. So yeah. But yeah, I'm more excited since I saw that trailer.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the trailer in a second. So yeah, this past weekend was Articuno Day and Squirtle Community Day. So I'll talk about my experience with Articuno Day first, and we'll get to Squirtle Day. So what happened is Pokemon Go is doing a summer tour, and they're having 3 big Pokemon events, and there was one in Germany, and during the event, if certain criteria is met on a special day, they were releasing Articuno on the first one because Uno first one, and so you would get to go do for 3 hours. Articuno was a raid boss at all gyms, and you could go and meet up with people and do this raid and have a chance to catch an Articuno and had a chance to be a shiny. And what a shiny Pokemon is, it's a different color and it's a little bit more rare. Like I think it was like 1 in 20 could be shiny Articuno. Um, so I was at my girlfriend's house, and she has a park down the road from her, and I knew there was 3 gyms very close together. So I was like, okay, I have a safe bet. If I go there, someone's gonna be there. I can do this raid. So I showed up. I walked around the park for a second, got to where the 3 gyms are, and there's just one other dude, and we were just kind of like tagging out, talking to each other. We were like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, did you just get back in the game?" I was like, "Yeah." We talked about my Friday the 13th tattoo, really cool. And then like maybe after 20 minutes, we get a full-on group of 20 people
Oh
there,
shit.
and I'm like, "Holy shit, we're doing this!" Um, and like this was the first time I did a raid. Like I'd never done a raid in Pokemon Go yet because they introduced them when I took a break. So I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. Some guys were giving me pointers. They were like, "Oh, like do this, do this." I was like, "Okay, cool." Um, really fun experience. Just like hearing everybody like shout with excitement after the first one. Even the second one, everyone was pretty happy. Uh, there was a dad who brought 2 dads who brought their little girls. They were playing on their own little phones, and both of them ended up getting shiny Articuno, and they were freaking out about it. It was so freaking cute. Um, it was just really awesome. So I got to do 4 Articuno raids before I was like, it's hot. It's like 100
Yeah,
degrees out
it's
here.
so
My
hot.
phone's also about to die. I'm rolling out.
Yeah.
Um, I caught 2 of the Articunos, so I have one for myself, and eventually I'm gonna trade the other one to my sister so she can have one because she missed out on it. Um, it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great thing. What's up?
So on the raids, like, do you have to have a bunch of people all there together doing it at the same time? I know the raids have a time limit. So like if I was there and I was fighting for a while with the guy and then like all my stuff got exhausted and I didn't have any revives left, so I just had to stop. If someone else came later after I left and they defeated the raid boss, would I get a present or would I have to stay there until he's defeated?
You just stay there until he's defeated. So each raid boss has a difficulty to it, and that determines the like big number of CP it has.
Mm-hmm.
Because like raid bosses are over inflated CPs.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Articuno was I think about almost 30,000. So we had to really like wear him down. Um, Tip 4, because today they announced Zapdos Day will be July 21st if all the tasks are met for Pokemon Go Fest, which is this past weekend when you're listening to this. Um, so we'll have like a confirmation when this podcast comes out if Zapdos Day is happening or not. It should. Like
I'm
it's not
sure
that
it's
hard.
gonna happen.
The
Somebody's gonna
first
get
one got
that
done
thing
in like
done. Yeah.
3 hours. Like they
Yeah.
were like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
So some tips for doing raids is so go in with your 6 Pokemon, pick the ones that are like have good type advantage. So like for Articuno, Rock is really strong against him because Rock is good against flying and ice, and Articuno was ice and flying. For Zapdos, it'll be the same thing, Rock and ice actually, because ice is good against flying, and then Rock is good against electric and flying. Um, because you're resistant to electric, and then you're strong against flying. Uh, when you get to your second to last Pokemon, you want to run from battle. It'll let you rejoin. So you just rejoin, and when you rejoin, it picks your freshest Pokemon who have the most health, and you just jump right back in. And so like by the time I would have to like jump out, the Articuno had like just a sliver left, so I would join back in, do 2 hits, and we were done. That
Could
was one of the
you
tips I got.
could you jump out, revive, and heal your powerful ones and go back?
Yes, if you jump out like with enough time. I didn't want to risk joining back in late and it not counting, so I always would just
Got it. Okay.
yeah. So like if you jumped out and like he was still at half when you left, you should be okay. But like he was so low, I was just like, nah, just get me back in.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a really like awesome experience. And like I wasn't that like shiny Pokemon are cool, but I wasn't like oh I got, like apparently I got there like an hour later than it started. So it started at 1 for me. I got there around like 2:30.
Slacker.
And apparently like yeah, I'm such a slacker. Apparently like people were there at 12:45. They picked one they were starting at and they were going to go do 55 raids
Fuck.
in that time and I was like, "No.
Yeah.
I don't have that much money to spend on raid passes because
Oh yeah.
on the raid days you get 1 free pass usually, but on that day you would get 5 free passes, which
Yeah.
this will be another tip for Zapdos Day. Get a free raid pass the day before, and you get 6 free ones day of. Because if you don't use that one that day, you still get the 5 free ones the next day.
I feel like I only
Um,
got one free raid pass. I don't think I got 5.
you had to. Mine were being weird too, and like sometimes it would take one, and sometimes it wouldn't. I feel
Okay.
like they'll have that situated for
Okay.
Zapdos Day.
It's fine. It's fine.
Overall, really liked it. Was like this is really cool, and I was really looking forward to the next day, which was Squirtle Community Day.
Oh, I was there. I was talking about the wrong day. Never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Never mind.
The Squirrel Community Day was really cool. I ended up going to Louisiana State University with my sister and my coworker, and we walked around LSU campus. And when I first played Pokemon Go, I think my favorite thing was just seeing all these people playing Pokemon. Like it's just nice to know that like there are people out there that like the same thing as you. And like since getting back into it, I've seen that less and less. Like there's less people playing Pokemon Go
Yeah.
in like the usual spots. But then I went to LSU campus, and oh my God, there were people everywhere. There were people who set up like food stations and were just giving out food. Like it was so cool, like to see this community be built around one day. And like I was like, do y'all do this every community day? And like, yeah, we've done it since January. And I was like, oh my God. So it's really nice to know that like once a month I can come
Yeah.
here and just play Pokemon with people. Where did you end up going, Sam?
Okay, I just wanted that Squirtle and sunglasses. I didn't care about anything
Reasonable.
else. So, I mean, I just drove around. I just drove to a Pokestop
Ah,
here, drove around to another one until I got all my stuff. And then once I got him, I was like, okay, I'm going home. I never got out of the car. I was just like, no. So,
um, so yeah, you could have gotten a Squirtle with sunglasses, you could have got a shiny Squirtle, and you could have got a shiny Squirtle with sunglasses. Um, I ended up getting a shiny with sunglasses, but no regular shiny. My sister ended up getting 6, so she traded me one, luckily.
dang.
Um,
So, what is the shiny again? Did you say it's just they're different colors, or do they
they're different
actually
color.
physically look different?
Yes, so regular Squirtle has like a orangish shell on its back. The
Okay.
shiny one has a green shell. And then once it evolves, it turns from like instead of being dark blue, it'll be like a purple, like a lavender almost. So it's just in the Pokedex, there's an extra entry for it. Like it shows you the difference. So it's kind of cool.
Explain to me this. So, I've been catching a lot of Rattatas, um, the purple ones, you know, and then I caught another Rattata that was like looked completely different.
Okay. So recently they introduced the Alolan forms of the Kanto Pokemon. So in the previous Gen 7, they introduced Alolan Pokemons because I don't remember what the island is called, but that's what they called them, was Alolan Pokemons. So they're just different forms because they grew up on like this Hawaiian island, pretty much. So there's the regular Rattata, which is purple, and then there's the Alolan form, which is black, and that is a dark type, and the regular Rattata is a normal type.
I
So they
think it should
look,
have a different name, slightly different name.
I mean, they're the same thing. Like they don't have new Pokedex
They
entries or
don't they
anything.
don't look the
They just have
same.
different types.
They don't look at all the same.
One has a mustache, like a very prominent mustache. Um, but yeah, so we walked around and we did 3 raids that day. No, 2 raids. Um, for the current legendary Pokemon, which is Regice. I failed both times to catch a Regice.
I
I
don't
don't
know what
know,
that
like
is.
that was it just would not like stay still. Like it kept jumping, and I would like throw the Pokeball right as it jumped, and
I get so angry if it's unless it's one that I've never seen before. If it's something that I've seen before and I miss it, I just stop. I'm like, I'm not going to keep throwing balls at you. Fuck you. I don't
uh,
need you. It's fine. I get so angry about that.
so my sister ended up getting one. So good for I was really happy for her. She lost her account, so she had to make a new account. She came
How
back
did
like a
she
year
lose her
ago.
account?
She was using my mom's old phone. Like my mom had given her phone, and uh, apparently my mom's email was still tied to it. So technically, my mom currently has a Pokemon Go account if she wanted to. Um,
That sucks. Why didn't she just keep
so she
using
just
her
made a new
mom's
one.
email?
She didn't know the password to the email, so she just ended up making a new one tied to her own email account. But she's like, they were also doing like all these like extra XP stuff. Like, you're like level what now?
15 at least.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it takes you usually a long time to get there. No, like I saw you skyrocket. She got like
It
6 levels
so
in that
fast.
one day.
Yeah.
I got 2 levels in a day, and I'm at the point where like it's a 250,000
Yeah.
XP. Uh, but yeah, so that stuff helps. Overall, just a really fun day. I caught a lot of new Pokemon. I caught enough Pokemon to like add like I told you last week how I was at like 120 at a 151 for the original 151. Now I'm at like 124, 125. So I caught enough Pokemon to evolve a couple that I didn't have.
Nice.
Uh, the cool thing was on the community day, eggs had like a 1/4 hatch rate. So like a 10-kilometer egg was hatching in 2.5 kilometers.
That's nice.
And like that was nothing when you're walking around a campus. So like I had a bunch of those. That was really cool. Um, I was really kicking myself that I didn't start playing again sooner. I was really kicking myself that I ever left because like I've been going back and looking what I missed, and I've missed so much in this game, and I'm so jelly of all these people who kept playing. Um, this like really has reinvigorated my love of Pokemon like
Mhm.
so much. Like I am so excited for Let's Go. I started playing Pokemon Y, like I talked about. I was gonna go back and play. Um, Not really having a lot of fun with that one, but I'm gonna keep pushing through. I'm gonna do it. Uh,
Don't force yourself into something so much that it makes you not love as much as you used to because you
all
forced
right.
it.
So people who know me know that I talk mad shit on Pokemon Sun and Moon for having an hour-long trainer school, like teach me how to be a Pokemon trainer thing. Uh, But legitimately, I was like, I'm so bored with the current storyline in this one. I will go sit through an hour-long training school thing just because I'm really bored with Pokemon Y. Nothing against Pokemon's Pokemon. I think the Pokemon look awesome. I'm just super bored with this game currently. Uh, so yeah, Pokemon Go Fest is happening this previous weekend when you're hearing this because podcast released on Monday. Um, this is where it's thought that battling is going to be introduced, and this is where it's going to be talked about like how we're going to unlock the Pokemon Celebi. They've already confirmed that there is going to be Celebi through the special research, where how like now you can catch Mew if you do all 8 parts of the quest. That's really cool. Zapdos Day is July 21st. I'm already looking forward to that. I really just can't wait for next month for the next community day because it's gonna be awesome. Uh, from what everyone's been talking about is that it's usually like a starter Pokemon and then a really rare Pokemon. So the next one's gonna be a really rare Pokemon because we got Squirtle this time, and just A lot of fun. I'm really excited to be loving Pokemon Go again. It feels nice to be moving again, like
Yeah.
get out there and walk. Um, and then the really exciting thing, I just hit my camera, sorry.
So excited.
So I got so I'm like, I went to the bathroom at work and I was washing my hands and I pulled my phone out to change my podcast and I get a notification from Pokemon Go. It's like, you have an invite. And I'm like, oh, someone must have sent me a friend request. So I open the app real quickly before I walk out the bathroom, and it's like, you've been invited to an EX raid. And I'd never heard of this. This is how you catch Mewtwo in the game. You get a special invitation to a raid at a certain day on a certain time, and you go there and you have a chance to catch Mewtwo. And I was like, what? This is awesome. And it's like, hey, because you did a raid at this place on Articuno Day, here you go. So if you can try and get out there and do a couple of the Zapdos raids, you may be able to get a Mewtwo rated invitation, apparently. So definitely try to do that.
That's really cool. I like when they do like secret, mysterious stuff like that. I'll just say, I don't know why you had to preface that story by saying you were in the bathroom. You could have just told the story that
I
you
don't
got the
either.
invite. That was
I
really
just
weird.
I just wanted everyone to know where I was when I got it.
It's a
Makes it real
momentous
personal, I
occasion.
guess. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna be talking about Pokemon Go for 3 weeks in a row because I'm gonna come back and talk about that experience because I'm real worried I'm gonna get out there and no one's gonna show up.
Sure,
It's just gonna be
people
me
will
being
come.
like,
It'll be fine.
I'm sure, yeah, a bunch of people will show up that want another Mewtwo.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pokemon Go. Crazy to think that like 2 years later I'd be playing this game so much, but here we are. All right, so we're gonna dive into some esport news real quickly. So first off, the Overwatch League announced that they have signed a partnership with ESPN, ABC, and Disney XD. I think they already kind of had a partnership with Disney XD because that's where the Overwatch League Contenders was being
Mhm.
played also, apparently. This is really important because like having esports on Switch is cool, but getting it out into a mainstream audience is also really cool. Like
Did you just
it's
say
going to
having
reach
esports on the Switch is cool?
on Twitch.
On Twitch,
Maybe I said
sorry.
Switch.
Enunciation, okay.
On Twitch, it's cool, but having it get out there to a mainstream audience is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really important that ESPN has this because like there has been some pushback from people at ESPN about like, I don't want to cover video games. So now it's like, now you have
Hey.
to.
Yeah.
I think putting this on Disney XD is cool because Overwatch, I think, is kind of a kid-friendly game.
Yeah.
So, like it's there's not a lot of blood. I don't think
Mhm.
there's any blood, to be honest with you.
Mm-mm.
So that's really good. And then ABC, I guess, is another channel that a lot of people watch. So get it out there as well.
It's a weird statement.
I don't have cable. I don't have cable. I don't know what
ABC
to
is
watch.
not cable. You get it with an antenna. Anybody can get ABC.
Oh. I don't know.
Kids today, man, they don't understand TV.
I'm sorry. I have my Netflix and my YouTube. I'm good.
Hey,
Anyways. So Sam, you watched some of the playoffs that are going on right now. We're working our way up to the finals.
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
Okay, so we're recording early, so right now we've just seen one game, or one night of games for the quarterfinals. So it starts off with Philadelphia Fusion versus Boston Uprising, and I like Philadelphia Fusion. They were like a contender for one of the stage finals against New York Excel one time, and they like fought real hard for it, and they like worked their way into my heart. So like I've got a soft spot for them. So I'm always rooting for them unless they're, playing against one of the other teams that I like more. But I like them a lot. So last night they started kicking ass. They won the first map pretty fast, and I was like, man, this is going to be exciting. So I told you about that. And then it was, I think it was Dorado. It was an escort mission. But then the second one was the control point maps, or no, King of the Hill maps, where it's the best 2 out of 3. And that didn't go well for them, like at all. And I was like, oh no, I got a little too excited too early. So they lost that map. Then they went to Eichenwald, and both teams were playing really well. They both managed to complete the map and get all 3 points. but Philadelphia had like 2.5 minutes on the timer left, and Boston Uprising only had 1 minute left. And so they went to the tiebreaker, and so Boston Uprising goes, and in their 1 minute, they managed to capture the payload, and like they captured it like right as it was going into overtime. And like when you're in the tiebreaker like map portion, you don't get any time added on for getting to a point. So they were just in overtime, and they had to get as far as they could without falling off the payload and losing their overtime. So they're going real hard, and they get almost to point two, like right before the second point. And then, Philadelphia clears them off the point and they stop their run. So I was like, man, that was super impressive. I don't know. Philadelphia's got their work cut out for them. So then Philadelphia comes out with their 2.5 minutes, and it takes them a while longer to capture the payload, but they get it. And then they end up in overtime as well, and they're pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and they manage to get it just past the point on the second point where Boston Uprising failed, and so they won the map. And it was so exciting because, like, these teams were both playing so well. And, like, every time I watch Overwatch League, I feel like I say, like, this is, like, the best gaming I've ever seen. But then, like, they come back and do it again. And, like, these teams are just so good. And the performances they put on are just, like, mesmerizing. So it's very impressive to see. I was real happy Philly took that map. And then these casters are like, well, they've got trouble now because Boston Uprising has never lost Volskaya, and that's the next map. So I was like, well, let's see what happens. And you know what? Philly took it, and it was amazing. So that was the third map that they needed to win. So they won the first match. The way the playoffs work is, they've got one game that they played, and then on Friday they'll have like 2 sets of games, possibly, because it's the best 2 out of 3 matches. So if Philly wins the next match, then it's over and they get to go to the semifinals. If Boston wins the next match, then they'll take like a little halftime break and then come back and do another match, and that's the winner take all. So it's really exciting the way they're doing these playoffs, and I hope Philly keeps playing as well as they are. I mean, Boston was playing so well too, and it's just like, I was gonna say, the things I wanted to mention. I made notes about this so I would like be able to call it all out, and then I forgot to check my notes. So EQO was playing as Hanzo, and this was the first time in these playoffs that they've got the new
Hanzo update.
Yeah, his new ability. So he doesn't have the scatter arrow anymore. He has like kind of the machine gun fire. So it's the first time this has been there, and it's making a hell of a difference. He is just like dominating with his Hanzo. He was kicking ass. And then Boombox on Fusion, he is known for playing Zenyatta. Like, he's usually plays a support character, but pretty much almost all night he was playing Roadhog, and he was kicking ass as Roadhog. The casters said that until this playoffs, he'd only ever played like 2 minutes of Roadhog throughout the whole season so far. But he comes in and he's hitting like 60% of his shots and just like doing amazing. So he was making quite a difference. Carpe obviously is always making a good difference. He's like sniper, tracer, whatever. He kicks ass. They were all doing really good. There was this guy named Hotba who was... I had something to say about him as well, but I forgot what it was. I believe he was playing a character that he wasn't normally known for playing as well. But anyway, everybody did really well. I forgot I was going to go check because I don't remember if Fraggy was playing or not, because I don't remember seeing his name pop up very much. But anyway, they all did a great job. It was fantastic. That was the one I was most excited about, but not to dismiss anyone. Let's go ahead and mention after that match, the LA Gladiators were taking on the London Spitfire. Cody, you're frozen. Are you still hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just checking. So this one's a little weird because London Spitfire, they won, I think, the first stage 1 of season 1.
Yes, they did.
And so, like, seems like that was their peak, their pinnacle, when they were doing their best. And, like, ever since then, they haven't been doing as well. And, like, the reason they got into the playoffs was just because the front part of their season, they had done so well
so good.
that it made up for the latter part where they weren't doing well. But, like, they're still, like, their most recent state is not doing as well. So, needless to say, LA Gladiators came in and they just won the first 3 maps and it was over. They did a really good job. So, you know, I mean, I'm not a gambling woman, but I'd say London Spitfire's not going to make it.
Yeah, this was kind of series I saw the clips and stuff from, and I thought a lot about it. I thought London Gladiators did great, especially for they subbed in iRemix for Fissure because there's some drama going on there where Fissure apparently doesn't like his teammates and wants to quit the team.
Oh.
Whatever. You're in the playoffs, homie. You could have held out a little bit longer. But yeah, I thought they did really well. I think the LA Gladiators have had an amazing season. Like they really like the first season they weren't doing too hot. Like they were doing well, but they weren't doing too hot. And I feel like ever since that first season, they've just been on like an uptick. Like they're kicking ass. Like I'm really proud of this team. Like LA Gladiators and LA Valiant are two of my favorite teams, so I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, and it seems like LA Gladiators are a team that like people tend to maybe write off, and then they come back and they just say like, oh yeah, well we're gonna show you something, and then they kick ass and surprise you in ways you didn't expect. So I know they bring it and they do a great job. So it'll be very interesting to see. I'm pretty sure they're going to the semifinals, but to see who makes it to the finals. So
that'd be pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It'll be really interesting.
And it's just nice to have some Overwatch League back because we had quite like a month-long break or so. So
yeah. And then the last bit of esports news is they announced their Overwatch League MVP. I don't know why you wouldn't do this like at the very end of the season, but they picked Jonak as their MVP. He had most healing, most kills, and all that, so I feel like he was contributing the most.
Well, he plays Zenyatta, and you know Zenyatta is known as a healer, but like Jonak has like higher damage as Zenyatta than like some DPS players do. So you know he just like he takes care of business. So I think it's it's well deserved for him, even though he's on New York Excel, which I know Cody doesn't care for. But congratulations, Jonak.
All teams are good. All teams are good. Good job, Jonak. I think he is well deserved. He is an amazing Zenyatta. He kicks ass. So yeah.
Also, let's just say that translator does a real good job. Like, shout out to him because like that's a tough job to like because people talk for a really long time and he has to like remember what all of it is and then say it and then get it back. So, and like he was like I think kind of helping Jonak to like be more excited and like emote more or something. He was doing a good job. So shout out to the translator too.
All right, well, let's head on some quick news and then I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
All right, so this past Saturday was TennoCon. It's Warframe's annual convention in Montreal, I believe. And this is where they come in and they announce cool stuff. So I got to catch a little bit of it. My stream was very laggy, so I wasn't able to watch it all. And so they opened the show, and one of the people on stage is playing on the Switch, and like they're like, "Hey, come on, like you stop playing Zelda. We get it, you're addicted to it. It's such a good game." And he's like, "No, it's mine." And he starts to step off the stage and like go towards the crowd with it, and it's like, "Oh god, they're really playing this up. Like, what's happening?" And then like you see he turns the Switch towards the crowd, and the crowd erupts. And I was like, "No way." They announced Warframe for Nintendo Switch, and boy, am I so excited to play it in my bed.
That's what she said.
So they're partnering. Oh my gosh, they are partnering with Panic Button, who does the Doom port, the Wolfenstein 2 port. So like they're really good at porting over games to the Switch at this point, so I feel like they're pretty trusted. There was no targeted date, they said. It's just being worked on, so like this could be like a year in the making. Um, they said they are going to try to like keep it at pace with the other console versions. Nothing is going to be scaled down. Like they are fully trying to make sure this is fun for everybody on Switch. And I'm most excited for this because like I'm playing Warframe currently on PS4, but like so many people have been playing this game for so long, and so I'm so far behind. I think it'd be cool to be like on level with other people on the Switch, so like
Mhm.
we're all experiencing things together. And that portability is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how it runs in handheld, because it is such a almost taxing game with all the movement and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm sure they're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm really excited for this. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I've started playing some Warframe on PS4 and I've had a really good time with it. I don't, I've still just got my starter Warframe, so I don't really understand like everything that this game can be, but the one I have is a lot of fun. It's got that, double jump jetpack stuff I like. You can do
Yeah,
this cool like corkscrew jump you showed me. I like that you've got your gun, but then you just like so quickly transition to your melee with like I've got these knives. And it just feels really good to be shooting and then like up in someone's face doing your melee and then getting out of there. It's a lot of fun. The missions are pretty quick. I've been enjoying it. I did read that Warframe is the number 4 most played game on Steam, which I thought was
yeah,
really cool. Like, we've heard about it, but yeah, there's a lot of people playing this game. And I think anytime you can get to a wider audience, it's a good deal. Slightly concerned about you'll have to be online to play it, I would
yeah,
assume. Like, I wouldn't know if there would be like an offline option. So if you were, somewhere with your Switch where you didn't have the internet, if you could still do some stuff, just not like online co-op, but I don't know.
yeah.
But still, it'll be cool. So,
Now, if they could get local co-op, like if they could, if Panic Button can somehow make it to where you can play offline and so you can just like do local co-op, that'd be pretty cool. I feel like that's what the Switch is made for.
yeah.
Um, Also at TennoCon, they kind of like started teasing like what they're adding to the game coming up. They're adding another open world area on Venus. They kind of showed this off by showing like your Warframes running around, and that there's these like creepy spider-like creatures. Don't want to talk about it. I kind of turned the stream off at that point. I'm just kidding. Um, Two very big things. They're introducing Warframe Railjack, and it's like space combat where like you and like a group of friends pilot a battleship. Like someone's piloting like directions, someone's arming the guns,
Man.
and like someone's got to be there to like stop invaders, and then someone's got to go attack another ship by jumping out of the ship and flying around. It looks incredible. I know you're like, oh no, I can't do it by myself. I feel like they're gonna balance it so you possibly could.
No, I just want like
Um,
a small starfighter where I could just like fly around and shoot myself. Like I think that would be fun. Like the big one, that sounds like Sea of Thieves and the big sea battles, which, didn't go well for us. But
I mean, this is only PvE stuff. There's no PvP of this.
but
Like
still, I mean,
I don't know. I think it's cool. It looked really
it's cool.
awesome.
It's
Space
cool. It's a
combat.
neat idea. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Um, and then they tease their next story drop because they do these kind of like big story things that kind of progress their story of Warframe. And it is the Old War, and it looks super cool. I'm getting close to the most recent update, the Sacrifice. I'm like one story thing away, so I'm really looking forward to that because apparently that's when like things get crazy.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, Warframe, like it's a really cool game. Like you're on the fence about it. I really suggest jumping in maybe when the Switch uh, version comes out because like you'll be on a level playing field, or hop on PS4.
You might as well. I mean, there's no reason not to hop on one of the current platforms for it. You
Yeah,
know, there's always new
and
people, and like old people will come play with you anyway. Cody will come play with me. He's way more advanced than me, but he plays with me, so it's fine.
they have said that there will be you can if you play on PC, you can port over your account to the Switch, and they're looking into PlayStation and Xbox currently it seems like that's not going to
I
happen.
don't think PlayStation's gonna happen.
I
Xbox
don't think
might.
PlayStation's got that happen. So yeah, Warframe killing it. Congrats to those people. And they ended the stream by donating 50K to Guardian Con, which is a big convention that they're doing, and it's all the donations were going to St. Jude, so they donated 50K to St. Jude. So that's
Nice.
really cool.
I thought Guardian Con would have to do with Destiny.
It started as that, and it has evolved into just a gaming convention for creators on YouTube and Twitch.
Cool.
Like Warframe's there, Fortnite, Destiny is there. Like that's where you're gonna be able to play Gambit. If you wanted to go down to Florida. But yeah, it started as Destiny and moved on from there.
Cool.
So yeah. Last little tiny bit of news. We mentioned it when we were talking about Pokemon Go. Let's go Pokemon. I'm butchering this name. What is this?
I don't even know what you're trying to say right now.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee dropped a new trailer, as I was trying to say.
Why didn't we talk about this when we were talking about Pokemon? Come on.
Hey,
keep it together.
Give this to me.
Jeez.
Give this to me. Okay. So we got a new look at the gym system, which I'm very happy about because I was very worried about there not being like gyms. I think it looks really awesome that they're like reworking the gyms. I was like, when they were showing your trainer riding Pokemon, like they started with a Charizard and an Arcanine. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, is there anything crazy I'm gonna get to ride? And then they show the dude on the Onix, the giant like snake-like rock creature, and he's just gripping onto the spike on its head. I was like, I'm sold. This is amazing. I'm so in for this. The customization of your character and your Pokemon, the Pikachu or the Eevee you pick, is really cool. But yeah, this trailer just hyped me up even more for Let's Go. So I'm really excited for November to roll around. So yeah.
Great. I have nothing to say about that because I already talked about it when we talked about Pokemon. Okay. So.
Well, I'm sorry, but Megs is really happy with me that I brought up Pokemon twice in this podcast. So
let me just say, I'm hosting next week, so I'm going to keep this in a tighter ship, man. Can keep you in line.
Okay. All right. All right. So I think that's going to wrap us up for the day.
God, do we not get to do like one question? We've got like questions. We could do one quick question.
All right, let's do one quick question.
Okay, I've got one that's that should be real quick, okay? This was from Groon, and he said, "Who is your most hated character in Mario Kart and or Super Smash Brothers?" Okay. And when he sent this question in, I said I need to expand it to Mario Party as well, because I've never played Smash Brothers, and I don't have anybody that I hate in Mario Kart, because, I mean, you're just driving. It seems like anyone's the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to go for the Smash Brothers portion of this.
Okay.
So what is your Mario Party one?
Okay, so this is real stupid. So my friend Randy is the one I always used to play Mario Party with, okay? And when we play, he always wanted to play as Princess Peach. I would play as Yoshi. And then when we would assign the computer characters to play against us, he would always pick Daisy to be one of them. And, like, he hated Daisy. And I don't know why. But because he hated her, I hated her too. So whenever we'd play, we'd always be like, that bitch Daisy, we gotta get her, we gotta beat her. And it was always just like us against Daisy. So yeah, I don't know why, but I hate who my friends hate. So suck it, Daisy.
All right. I mean, Daisy is pretty much Peach. So
exactly, right? They're like, I can't even tell a difference. So I'm like, I don't know, but I mean, that's who he wants to hate. That's fine.
So in Super Smash Brothers, my least favorite character, and this is funny because we were just talking about Pokemon.
God damn it, Cody.
It's Pikachu. Because I had a friend who only picked Pikachu, and all they would do is stand on the corner of the map, and after he knocks you over, and you're flying back trying to get to the platform, he would do a down Thunderbolt attack, and it would always hit me, no matter what. It was like pixel perfect. I would like fall into it and just get sent flying, and that's all he would do was stand around and spam it. Like you could be fighting like another person, and next thing you know, you're getting hit by a Thunderbolt because he runs up underneath you and does it. And it was so frustrating. So yeah, Pikachu in Smash Brothers is my least favorite character. Like just so annoying.
Fair enough.
So yeah, those are quick question.
You just had to get another
you-
Pokemon reference in there.
I did, because this show is just going to be Pokemon for a very long time.
This episode is not all about Pokemon. It's just a lot of Pokemon.
Majority. Okay.
You know.
All right. If you would like to leave us a question, you can get in contact with us at contact@geekcardgames.com. If you would like to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, we are Geek Card Games there. You can find us on both platforms. If you would like to follow our Twitch streams, where this past Friday we had a Friday the 13th stream, so you'll be able to see the archive on that on YouTube soon. It's twitch.tv/geekcardgames. If you want to see our YouTube channel, where you can watch that Resident Evil episode and some Titanfall and all our series, it's geekcardgames.com/YouTube. If you want to support us, you can do that in a couple of ways. You can leave us a review on iTunes or your podcast service of choice. If it's 5 stars, we greatly appreciate it. We love you guys so much. Or you can buy a t-shirt. We have multiple shirts. Thank you to anyone who's bought a shirt already. It is geekcardgames.com/t-shirt or t-shirts.
Come on, Cody. It's just fucking shirt or shirts. There's no T.
Oh, shirts. Oh, God, I messed this up.
Am I going to have to go make more URLs? Come on.
I'm sorry. Shirt or shorts? I'm sorry. Anyways, if you want to join our Discord, where we are talking about all things, where cats are being following people, where we're talking about movies, the Why the Last Man stuff got talked about, all this crazy stuff, you can go to geekcardgames.com/Discord. I think we'll be planning another community night soon where we talk about something. We'll have to figure out something we can talk about. That is geekcardgames.com/Discord for that. Sam, if people want to follow you and all your opinions, where can they follow you?
I'm at SKSUVAK.
All right. And I am at Comic Cody, where tomorrow, Friday the 13th, I'll be at my strongest. So expect lots of tweets about Friday the 13th. So I think I hit everything.
I think so.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. You guys rule. Sam, take it away.
We're just two geeks who heart Pokemon. Pokemon. Let's go. How'd you like that?
Nice. I loved it. That was really awesome. Now this podcast is all about Pokemon. We are a Pokemon podcast from here on out.
Nope. Veto.
Oh.
You know how I feel about tests.
Reasonable.
I also know how you feel about tests. But that doesn't change the fact that we're going to do a test. So, okay. Go ahead and say something, Cody.
We are doing a test. We're doing a test. We're doing a test. Okay,
that's enough. That's totally enough of the test. Thank you.
Come here.
No.
Come here.